So 10 days ago, when this New York City truck drivers boycott started, at least in first few days there was not much going on, but now the truck drivers are actually winning, and winning pretty big, so let's jump to this video right away. So look, because I live in New York City, some people might say, why are you so enthusiastic about the New York City boycott? So you want the boycott to happen? And obviously anybody in their right mind wouldn't want to be impacted. That's of course including me too. However, I still support the truckers. I totally get what they're doing, and just because it would hurt my pocket, that doesn't automatically mean that they are wrong. Now, if you never went to New York City yet, even with the car, never mind the truck, you actually know how much pain it is for pretty much every single driver, especially the truck drivers, with smaller streets, well over congested traffic, and then the parking, and of course never mind the tolls. Now for the truckers, depending on where they're actually going in New York City, these tolls could be anywhere between $60 and $100, and that's coming out of the truck driver's pocket, especially if they own an operator. So now I can't really blame the truck drivers, they don't want to go to New York City. I personally used to drive from California to New York, and even for me, a New Yorker, it was still headache to drive, especially when the company sent me to some new place in New York. But now here is why the drivers are actually winning the boycott. So as I've mentioned in the previous video, there is some drivers who are doing hard boycott, meaning they're not gonna go to the New York City no matter what, especially now with the boycott going on. However, there is also some other drivers who are not willing to really go to New York City yet, but because now they get offered higher pay, they are willing to do it. To be honest, if somebody has family to support or is struggling with the bills and etc., I can't really blame them for making this extra money. Definitely go for it. So for the longer trips, freight deliveries, some companies offer up to $2,000 extra. Yes, that's above the regular price, so that's why I completely understand why some truckers will take this trip. $2,000 is not a chap change, that's a decent amount of money. So this is good news for both truck driver groups, because for those drivers who are totally refusing the loads to New York City, I think the brokers or even the companies they're working for will be more understanding that they're not taking that trip, especially now that there is about 20% of truck drivers boycotting New York City, but also because now more drivers are refusing these deliveries, and for the drivers who are willing to go to New York, they will get significant pay bump, which is also a win. So you see, this is definitely win-win situation for all the truck drivers, I think, and for us in New York City, especially if this protest grows, we might feel some impact, especially with higher prices coming, but nevertheless, if you are a truck driver, I totally support you, and I'm not telling you to participate in the boycott or anything. However, I get what you're doing also. So I think I'm gonna wrap this video. Make sure to check this one next. There is good info in it too, and as always, thank you for watching.